Going live.
Welcome. Florida State just landed a huge offensive line
Shiznit.
transfer. Huge. Highly sought after Jeremiah Byers. He's a big guy, so that means that you're the expert on him, maybe. Tell me about Jeremiah Byers. Why should they be excited about him?
Yeah, I think let's check out his profile a little bit here first. So let me share my screen. Let's check him out here. So let's get that added. Yeah, so Byers, he played a lot of snaps at tackle for them. I think he played 800 some snaps last year at UTEP at right tackle. I think he's going to be an interior guy, maybe a swing type guy that if they feel like they can move him outside if need be. Listed at 6'4", 330. He looks every bit of that. He's out of Austin, Texas. This is a big time get. 24/7's own Brendan Sonnone, who's had a hand in I don't know if he's been doing ranking, but breaking down a lot of the portal candidates or kids that have entered the portal this off season. Brendan's had a big part in that, and watching film and whatnot, and he definitely thinks he has NFL upside. I don't disagree with him in the slightest. So he was honorable mention all conference this year as a redshirt, or I'm sorry, last year as a redshirt freshman. They don't have anything added for him for this year. I don't think they are probably updating it because
Not
he's
too
leaving.
worried about a guy that's leaving.
Yeah, but he was a starter at right tackle for them for 13 games. In 2020 he saw action in 6 games, so you just kind of get a sense looking at what he did. Red
So you're
shirt.
saying you're telling me in 2 days they've added 2 all-conference caliber players on the offensive line.
Yeah, and really good players too. That's the thing. Like the film, you do the background work on these guys. You look at kind of their history and whatnot. They're making all conference lists. They are clearly big time pieces to what these teams did offensively, and then you throw the film on, which we're going to do. You throw the film on, and it just checks all the boxes. Not to pull a Chris Neism out there, but it really does. It just you read about it, then you go look at it. You pull the PFF grades if you want to. Not a big PFF grade guy for offensive linemen, but some people do like to do that. But when we turn the film on, you're going to see this kid's a player, and I think he projects right away at a guard spot. We'll see. They like to do a lot of cross training with these guys, just like Casey Roddick's going to play some center. It's just to learn spots. It's just to develop depth for the offensive line. But I think this kid's a plug and play right in at guard, and he is ready to rock and roll. The first AB looks like he lost some weight. Comment in the chat.
As soon as he comes off the couch.
I'm just sitting more upright, not on the couch. That's all it is. I swear I'm not a fat ass.
All right, so we're gonna jump straight into the film. Hopefully, so I'm gonna give a quick warning. We try not to show film too much on live stream. YouTube does sometimes take it down, so if we go down, that's why. You can thank copyright bots for that. But
if we go down, we will record a 10-minute video and make sure to get it out to you guys because we know that you want that content.
But fingers crossed that Fox doesn't get us. So let's go ahead and hop into the film. All right, so he is right tackle here, so you'll see him 2 spots away from the center on every snap, and they're going up against Oklahoma, who defense didn't set the world on fire, but they still have athletes at the defensive end position. So let's take a look.
His athleticism jumps out immediately. This kick slide, redirect back inside. Look at the footwork. Pay close attention to the footwork if you can.
Yeah, look how quick. I mean, this is a 300-plus pound guy moving his feet like he's Muhammad Ali.
They're short. They're fast. He doesn't waste a lot of time and a lot of space with his feet.
They're trying to do a stunt here where they get the tackle to follow this guy going in. They're trying to get Byers to bite inside so they can get a wrap. He doesn't bite on it, and he helps pick up the double team here.
Yep. His eyes immediately go where they're supposed to. Whoever takes that, they pass it off.
All right, right tackle again.
Stand into space, comes off the. They're working a little protection game there.
Yeah, he just he gets the
It's
blitzing
not his
backer.
job. His job is to look inside. He engages, gets his eyes inside. Nothing's there. Those things happen. I think a lot of people look at that. Oh, he's not blocking anybody. He didn't have anybody to block.
Yeah.
You see him climbing to the second level. I think this is where his game can develop the most, is in the run game. And I think there will be some transition for him when he gets to Florida State if he does indeed line up inside a guard. But I think it'll be a quick transition for him. I think it's something that he'll pick up fast.
So you think he's a true guard?
I do. Yeah, I do.
I think I tend to agree with you. I think, but I think what's good about him is he's almost a guy that you can trust to play tackle if you need him to. I mean, here he is playing tackle against, a pretty decent defensive end here, standing him up, actually getting some leverage on him. I mean,
I think he's a better version of Darius Washington, personally.
Right. So a guy that's a true swing.
Yep.
He's an NFL caliber guard, but you can put him at
throw him out at right tackle next year, and I think you'd be really well off. I think you could play him at guard and be really well off.
Here you see a good anchor, so he's got good feet.
Yep.
Here he's against kind of a bigger, more Fox type position, so a defensive end who's more of a bull rusher, a stronger guy, and he's got a good anchor here. So you see him standing up the defensive tackle. Yeah, I think the one thing that's kind of hard to tell is you don't see too many pulling clips.
All right, so here he gets beat with speed back inside.
Yeah.
Looks like he oversets up the field, or actually oversets wide, then gets beat back inside across his face, isn't able to get back in there. So he's got things he's got to work on. I mean, he's only, he's still young.
Yeah, I think this is a redshirt freshman going up against his first Power 5 competition at UTEP.
Redshirt sophomore, I believe.
Okay.
This year, yeah. But he's got that COVID year, so who the hell knows what eligibility they are.
I think he's just a little overambitious, a little over worried about the speed of this guy. That's something
I would agree.
That
happens. Guys are going to do that in the course of a game. They're learning.
And so
there's nice. He's been seeing that speed all game. That's the problem.
Yeah.
This is a coverage sack. This isn't on him.
He's going up against a solid defense.
This is a coverage sack. Quarterback's got nowhere to go. Come on. Ball's got to come out. Can't hold it that long.
Yeah. This is a good job. The depth he's able to get.
Yep.
He's making a pocket for the quarterback. The quarterback is supposed to step up, make the throw. I mean, he's hit your check down, man.
That kid does bend well on him there, but again, he shoves him. He stays with it. Yeah, those unfortunately do go against the O-line.
And again, hopefully you're in a position where you can put him at guard and he doesn't have to face these speed rushers, but you can tell that he has the ability to.
Right, they mishandle a twist there.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Oh. Yeah, that's in the guard though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's overtaken. Guard's got to come off.
He does his job.
They both kind of get whipped there, though, if we're being completely honest.
Fair enough. Redshirt freshman against Oklahoma.
Slide protection.
Yeah, he doesn't really have to pick anybody up, but
no,
does his job. All right, where are we at? Yeah, here he goes. He
ends up with nobody a lot of times here.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to attack him truly, or if they are, they're putting a fast edge rusher on him. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yep. You see his athleticism again. He's not getting beat by speed up the field. That's why I say, he's a guy that can play out there if you need him to. I think ultimately his best position's on the inside.
Yeah, so I think I think we can kind of get a feel for his speed. I wish that we had a
run blocking clips.
Yeah, some run blocking clips, but UTEP's trying to throw the ball. Here you go.
That's not bad. RPO.
Yeah. kind of stands up the defensive end. Yeah, I'd like to see him pull, see if he's got that kind of agility. I think
Yeah.
he does. I
Nice,
mean, based off how he kick sets.
nice overtake on power. Or
Yeah,
pass blocking.
he's got a good kick set. You got to give
Mhm.
him credit there.
I think he's been coached pretty well too. It seems like.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's I think we got a good picture of him from that
Mhm.
film. So, summarize his strengths and weaknesses for me, AB. Where do you think that? What do you think he immediately gives to the FSU offense? Where do you place him amongst the current picture that we have?
I think he's a plug and play guard for you right
Okay.
away. A guy that they probably do give some looks at tackle, but I think that they feel confident they're going to bring the John Campbell in from Miami potentially. So you may not need to. I mean, you may have 4 tackles with Bless Harris, Julian Armella, Campbell if he does join, and Robert Scott. So you may not need to play him out there, but it would make sense to just to give him some reps. So I think he's a plug and play guard. Obviously, he's gonna have to earn it. There's no such thing as a plug and play in this program. They are going to make you earn everything you get. But I think his strengths are his athleticism. I think he shows good strength, shows good power through his lower half. Seems agile. I would love to see. I would have loved to have seen him run block. We didn't get a lot of looks at that. Um, Seems like his technique goes bad from times on speed stuff, but there's not a ton. There was not a ton of weakness there, in my opinion.
No, I personally think that he's probably the most exciting offensive line transfer you've brought in since Gibbons. I think that if you're able to play, if you see him day one starting at guard, that's a sign that the Florida State offensive line is in a really good position.
Yeah, I would agree.
Right, and that means that again you can use Darius Washington to kind of be moved around to be a flex, and I think that's kind of where his strength is as a guy that's can kind of do both. Okay.
Yeah, I think Darius playing 400 snaps for you all over the place is a good thing. And it's good for his body as opposed to him being forced to play 700 snaps or try to. Briley asked in the chat if this makes the Auburn transfer less likely. No, I expect him. We'll see if that happens or not. I do think he'd be a take though.
He's another guard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's another guard. I think that they want to load up in the middle of this offensive line. I think they're going for it. They're not going to be stuck not having enough offensive linemen, in my opinion. So,
yeah, I think that's one of the big differences between this year and years past was that in years past 1 or 2 offensive linemen went down and you were kind of sitting with like not without the depth needed to go a full season, and that was different this year. There were multiple offensive linemen that went down early, and really the offensive line was never an issue. I think that's still a problem on the defensive line right now. I still think you're 1 or 2 away from kind of dealing with depth issues there, but for the offensive line, this is a huge take.
I think on the defensive line, their hopes are that they're going to get Jared Verse and Fabian Lovett back potentially, and Jamie Robinson at the safety position. I think they're making a very concerted effort to try to do that. We hopefully will find out on that the next week or so. I think the timeline's maybe after the bowl game. We'll see. Would you take the Auburn? Sorry, Prince asked, would you take the Auburn kid or Miami kid if just one spot? I would take probably the Miami kid just because he's a true tackle. And I think having 4 there is important because Robert Scott's had a propensity of getting banged up and missing time. So I think it'd be good to bring in a veteran. And he's a good pass blocker. I know his run blocking grades are not great. And any Miami fan that will let you listen to him will tell you that they're glad to see him go. I think they'll be sad that he's not there this year when they're looking around their offensive tackle room and saying, holy crap, what do we have left?
Oh, they got 2 freshmen.
Yeah. So we'll see. This is obviously big news. We're going to get out of here. This kind of popped up on us. We've been semi-prepared for most of these. This one popped up on us. Might be more news tonight. We'll see. I don't think you'll see us back alive though,
Nope.
unless something big pops off. This is a huge get. This was the one, in my opinion. This young man, Jaheim Bell, Kyle Morlock, and Deuce Cypress, the corner from Virginia. Those were the four that I've had my eye on since the portal got started, and that they're right now looks like they're going pretty good. Three or four. See if they can make it 4-4.
Yeah, I think you got to be excited where the momentum's going, and every time you pull in one of these guys, it gives Cypress can be looking at this and thinking, well, I think Florida State's got something going on over there. So this is exciting. I think this is huge news. The past 2 days was really up in the air whether you were able to fortify this offensive line, and I think we probably shouldn't doubt Alex Atkins at this juncture in time.
I agree.
So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe to X's and Knowles, the Knowles YouTube, Knowles 247 YouTube channel. And make sure to go over to Knowles 247, subscribe, join us on the message boards.
Yep.
That's where you get all the scoops. We're just here to talk film. So thank you guys for joining us.
Early signing day is this close. And right now, a lot of stuff's up in the air. So if you are so inclined, get over to Knowles 24/7 for a lot of the information that you're going to be looking for come Wednesday.
Yep. All right. No. Thanks for joining.